Right. Okay, so James Bond. I'm going to review every single James Bond film from Doctor No to No Time to Die. I might not bother doing Never Say Never Again, and I don't think I'm going to do Casino Royale, the comedy one with David Niven and Peter Sellers, because what's the point, really? Just what's the point? It's a crap film. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's one of the weirdest films I've ever seen. Like, because it's not even that funny. And I think they had the rights to Casino Royale, like this other company. They could have made a Casino Royale movie, but they didn't. You know, like they could have made a proper one, but they didn't. They just decided, hey, let's do a parody instead. You know, it's like, what's the point in that? Anyway, enough about that. So yeah, I'm gonna review every single James Bond film. You know, part of the whole Eon thing, Cubby Broccoli. Just like what I did with the Marvel films. If you want to check out those Marvel videos that I did, go check them out. You know, I go through Iron Man all the way to Thunderbolts, and I have reviewed Fantastic Four as well in the past. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Marvel. You can check those out if you want. They're on my channel. Go listen to my opinion. This is something a little bit better. Like this franchise to me, the whole James Bond franchise, it's a little bit more of a cooler franchise, if you know what I mean. Like it's sort of with the Marvel films, I feel a little bit like, you know, I feel like a nerd. I am a nerd, but like, you know what I mean? Like they, you know, when you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see a Marvel movie. You know, you just feel like a nerd. Whereas it's like when you go and see a James Bond film, it's, you know, or if you're, oh shit, I forgot my thing. Got to put that in there. Yeah. Anyway, when you go and see a James Bond film, it's more like, yeah, cool, yeah, I'm a bloke, I'm a man, you know, I'm gonna go see a Bond movie. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit more, I don't know, it's a franchise that has more of an appeal, I think, to lots of different types of people. You know, families enjoy them, women enjoy them, men enjoy them. You know, they are targeted towards men because, you know, it's kind of like a male fantasy type thing. You know, we all kind of want to be like James Bond, all us men. We want to travel the world. We want to sleep with lots of women. We want to kill bad guys. You know, that's just how it is. But anyway, yes, Doctor No. This is the first one. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, I do dawdle. So yeah, and I'm also as well. I'm not going to mention Henry Cavill in any of these videos because some people might think I'm obsessed with him if I say his name ever again in a video. Oh, actually, just another little special shout out. I'm doing this series because I'm a big fan of this channel called Calvin Dyson. I like him, and he reviews all the James Bond films. So I kind of want to do what he did because he reviewed them all, and he's got a completely different opinion to me. You know, completely different tastes. So I think this might be fun to do that, like him. Anyway, yes, Doctor No. So this film starts out really weird. You've got like these three Jamaican assassins, and then you've got like the Three Blind Mice song, and then they assassinate someone, and you're like, okay, right. And there isn't really like a you know, the opening isn't like any other James Bond film where it's just like it starts off with like a cold open, he's on a mission, and then we get the song, you know, whether it's Shirley Bassey or Tina Turner or whatever her name is. I forget her bloody name. Adele. And then it gets into the story. Anyway, right. So yes, then we get the first scene where we first see Sean Connery for the first time as James Bond. Sean Connery is and was one of my favourite actors of all time, and before I even watched a James Bond film, I think I saw Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade first, and I think I'd seen him in a bunch of other movies before, but I didn't put like two and two together and think, oh yeah, that's him. That's Indiana Jones's dad, you know? You know, because obviously when you're a little kid, you don't really know any better. You don't know things, you know? And in fact, actually, I think I saw GoldenEye before I saw any of the Sean Connery Bond films, I think. So when I first saw him as Bond, I thought, what? No, that's not Bond. He looks kind of Spanish, and he's got a weird accent. He's sort of like shush, hush, shush. But I was young. I was a little boy, a wee lad. I was a wee lad. But anyway, I love Sean Connery, and he is probably the best James Bond. Like, he started it all off. He was the guy. He wasn't. I don't think he was everybody's first choice at the time. I think everybody wanted like David Niven or Cary Grant or whoever. But yeah, Sean Connery's great, and he made the part his own. Really, whether he was written that way or whatever. I don't think he was Scottish in the books or whatever, or had Scottish roots or whatever. I think Ian Fleming changed it actually and gave him some Scottish roots, perhaps. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the first scene where we see him, I remember seeing him and thinking, wow, that is a cool guy. Look at him there with his cigarette and his suit. He's playing poker or baccarat or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. And there's a fit woman. She's fit, and it's like, yes, this is a James Bond film. This is great. This is really, really great. Yeah, the whole film is just I mean, it's kind of funny to watch. Like, it's very old and dated. It's kind of a little bit cheap and tacky and crappy. When it gets into like the third act, if you've seen like Austin Powers or whatever, you can kind of like look at the villain, Doctor Evil, and the outfit he's wearing, and you're like, oh yeah, well, You Only Live Twice is definitely Doctor Evil, but that's cutting ahead. The point is that it's very dated, and it's very cheap, and it's very kind of crap, and like it's not as yeah. It's not my favorite James Bond film, but it's the one that started it all off, and it's the first one. But it's not the first book, but it's like I appreciate it. Even for all its flaws and stuff, but there are some legit cool moments. Like, there's a cool bit where like he shoots a dude in cold blood, and he says something cool, like he says, it's a schmuffin western, you've had your shicks, like that, or something like that, and then he shoots him. The bit with the spider terrified me as a little kid. I remember that. I remember being absolutely terrified of the spider scene. I don't like spiders or snakes. No. I do, however, like, yes, sexy bikini women. Oh yes, Ursula Anderson. Is Anders? Ursula Anders? Anyway, she's fit. She's really hot. And she's like there, she comes onto the beach. It's a very iconic scene. She's like, underneath the mango tree, me honey, whatever. And she's fit. And that's that I think that's the pinpoint moment of when boners were invented. I think that's when boners were invented because I don't think men used to get boners before this film. I think this film is the one that caused the boners. Yeah, and then obviously she's fit, whatever. But anyway, he's got a sidekick, like the black dude. He's cool. He's funny. I don't know if he's a very good actor, but like he's cool. I like him. He gets burnt alive though. Oh dear. Yeah. And then the villain, Dr. No. Is he supposed to be Chinese? I don't know. Is he supposed to be Chinese? Anyway, I like him. He's got like robotic hands. That's cool. I don't know if that's in the book, but whatever. Anyway, I don't really think I have much else to say about this film because it's like the first one, and it started it all off. It started off this big, massive franchise that's been going on for like 60 years. It's iconic, and I can't really badmouth it. All I can just say is just give it a watch. Give it a watch it. It's fun. It's fun to watch. I love watching old movies. I will say like the next one and the next one after that are much better films. But yeah, so onward with the yeah. This is only just part one. I've got 24 more to go. So yeah, great. Q is not in this at all. Yeah, he doesn't have any gadgets. Yeah, it's just a scene where he's given the PPK, and that's it, the gun. Yeah, so anyway, that's the review, that's the video of me blabbering on about Dr. No for 14 minutes and 17 seconds. Yeah, so God, I'm so sweaty. It's quite warm in here actually, and we're in March. It's only March. Yeah, anyway, right, bye. I'm going to go now, and we're going to talk about From Russia with Love next. So tune in for that one. Right, bye.